What if I told you that your high dopamine level is actually the reason you feel tired, unmotivated, and unable to focus? Sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's the thing. Your brain wasn't designed to swim in constant stimulation. It was designed for peaks and valleys. Today you're living on a dopamine mountain, and that mountain is killing your drive. I'm going to show you exactly how to kill your dopamine level. Not lower it temporarily. Not manage it. But deliberately crash it so your brain resets to a state of deep focus, real motivation, and genuine satisfaction. And no, this isn't about suffering. This is about strategic deprivation, one of the most powerful psychological tools you're not using. Let's start with a hard truth. Dopamine is not your friend. It's a survival molecule hijacked by a modern world of infinite scrolls, endless notifications, and artificial rewards. Every time you check your phone, watch a short video, or eat sugary food, your brain releases dopamine. That feels good. But here's what nobody tells you. High baseline dopamine makes you miserable. Psychologically, when your dopamine stays elevated for too long, your brain downregulates its own receptors. You need more stimulation just to feel normal. You feel bored without your phone. You feel anxious without noise. You feel empty without entertainment. You're not lazy. You're not broken. Your brain is just overdosed on dopamine, and it's begging for a crash. Most people think killing dopamine is impossible or dangerous. That's wrong. What's dangerous is living with a chronically high dopamine level. It destroys your motivation, ruins your focus, and tricks you into chasing pleasure you never actually feel. So how do you kill it? Not with willpower. With a method I call the dopamine blackout protocol. This is based on the psychology of reward deprivation and sensory reset. Here's how it works. You're going to voluntarily create a dopamine deficit. That means removing every single artificial source of stimulation for a set period. No phone. No music. No social media. No games. No snacks. No talking. No reading. Just you in silence. The first hour will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will panic. That panic is withdrawal. Most people run from it. You're going to sit in it? What? Because dopamine doesn't die from absence. It dies from sustained absence. Every minute you stay in the void, your brain starts resensitizing its own receptors. You're not killing dopamine permanently. You're killing the high baseline. Let me give you a psychological framework. Your dopamine level works like a thermostat. Right now, your thermostat is set to high. Small things don't excite you. A conversation feels boring. A walk feels pointless. Studying feels painful. To kill the level, you have to turn the thermostat all the way down. That means 48 hours of low to no stimulation. No phone. No entertainment. No sugar. No caffeine. No porn. No video games. Just essential activities. Sleeping, eating plain food, drinking water, sitting in silence, and walking alone. No music on the walk. No audiobooks. Nothing. The first 6 hours are brutal. Your brain will beg. You'll feel restless, irritable, even sad. That's the extinction burst. It's a sign it's working. Around hour 12, something shifts. The noise in your head starts to quiet. You notice textures. You hear birds. You feel boredom as a physical sensation, not an emergency. By hour 24, your dopamine baseline has dropped significantly. Small things begin to feel meaningful again. A glass of water tastes better. A deep breath feels calming. A single page of a book becomes genuinely interesting. By hour 48, you've killed the high level. Your brain is now sensitive to low doses of dopamine. You don't need a video game to feel good. You need a conversation. You need a walk. You need to learn something new. That's the state your brain was designed for. Now let me add specific strategies, starting with how to reduce the time you scroll, because scrolling is the single fastest way to keep your dopamine level lethally high. Strategy 1 is the scroll delay. Every time you reach for your phone to scroll, force yourself to wait 60 seconds. Just sit with your hands still. Feel the urge. Watch it rise and fall. What you're doing is breaking the automatic loop. Psychologically, scrolling becomes addictive because the reward is unpredictable. When you add a delay, you introduce friction. And friction kills addiction. Do this 10 times a day and you've just killed 10 minutes of mindless scrolling without even trying. Strategy 2 is the scroll replacement. Before you open any social media app, ask yourself one question. What else could I do right now for 60 seconds? Stand up. Stretch. Look out a window. Take 3 deep breaths. Drink water. The goal isn't to never scroll again. The goal is to make scrolling your last choice, not your first. Every time you replace a scroll with a real action, you lower your baseline dopamine by a small but meaningful amount. Strategy 3 is the time limit. You are not going to quit scrolling today. That's unrealistic. But you are going to cut your scrolling time by 50%. If you scroll 2 hours a day, tomorrow you scroll 1 hour. Use a timer. When it goes off, you stop. No exceptions. The psychological principle here is called bounded consumption. Your brain learns that scrolling has a hard edge. Without an edge, your brain will scroll forever. With an edge, your brain starts to anticipate the stop. And anticipation changes the reward. Strategy 4 is the scroll log. For one day, write down every single time you open a scrolling app. Just the time and the duration. Don't judge yourself. Just observe. Most people have no idea how much they actually scroll. The average is between 2 and 4 hours a day. That's 2 to 4 hours of continuous dopamine spikes. When you see the number in writing, something clicks. You can't unsee it. That awareness alone will kill a portion of your urge. Strategy 5 is the physical barrier. Move your scrolling apps off your home screen. Put them in a folder. Better yet, log out after every session. Even better, delete the apps and only use the browser version. Every extra step you add between you and scrolling is a small death blow to your dopamine level. Your brain is lazy by design. Make scrolling slightly annoying and your brain will choose something else. Strategy 6 is the scheduled scroll. Instead of scrolling whenever you feel bored, schedule 2 15-minute scrolling blocks per day. One in the afternoon. One in the evening. Outside those blocks, no scrolling at all. This is critical because randomness is what makes scrolling addictive. When you schedule it, you remove the unpredictability. Your brain stops craving it between blocks. You're not quitting. You're containing. Strategy 7 is the substitution ladder. Every week, replace 10 minutes of scrolling with something slightly more meaningful. Week 1, 10 minutes of scrolling becomes 10 minutes of listening to a podcast. Week 2, 10 minutes becomes 10 minutes of reading a physical book. Week 3, 10 minutes becomes 10 minutes of journaling or thinking. Week 4, 10 minutes becomes 10 minutes of walking in silence. You're not killing scrolling overnight. You're slowly starving it. And slow starvation is the only method that works permanently. Let me be clear. These strategies are not easy. Most people will fail in the first 3 days. That's not a weakness. That's proof of how addicted you are. But here's the secret. You don't have to do all 7 at once. Start with 1. The scroll delay. Just 60 seconds before every scroll. Do that for 3 days. Then add the time limit. Then add the physical barrier. One strategy at a time. Your brain will resist. That resistance is dopamine dying. Let it die. After you've reduced your scrolling, you move to the full dopamine blackout. Not 48 hours immediately. Start with 4 hours. One afternoon. No phone. No stimulation. Just sit. Or walk. Or lie on your bed and stare at the ceiling. When the urge to grab your phone hits, notice it. Don't fight it. Just watch it pass. That urge is dopamine screaming. Every time you don't feed it, you kill the level a little more. After your dopamine blackout, you reintroduce activities carefully. Not scrolling. Not games. Start with deep work. Start with reading. Start with real conversations. You'll notice something strange. These things actually feel rewarding now. That's because you killed the fake highs. Your brain has no choice but to find